Welcome back to the AI Ripple Effect podcast, everybody. Today, we are graced to have with us Giorgio Poggio, who is the founder and CEO of Brit Customs. Welcome to the podcast, Giorgio.
Thanks, Adrian. Welcome to all the listener of this beautiful podcast.
Excellent. It's great
I
to have
hope
you.
I hope, sorry, Adrian, that I will uh, apologize for my Italian accent.
No, I think a lot of our listeners will appreciate your Italian accent, Giorgio, I'm sure. Listen, great to have you on board. Really looking forward to the conversation. Why don't we start and kick off with you giving us a little bit about yourself, your journey to date, some information about what Brit Customs do, and who you help from a customer perspective.
We are a custom broker, only custom broker, independent custom broker and consultant, fiscal consultant, and customs consultant. We all are open 24/7, which is the differentiator in the market, in my opinion. And we operate with customs director that are European licensed custom director. And maybe I will touch base on what does it mean this. We are AEOC certified and ISO 9001 2015 certified. We move something like 25 to 29,000 custom clearances that mostly import clearances that we do for customer that are global customer or local customer.
Got it. And what about your journey to date? So you had vast experience. I know you and I discussed it prior to the call, but it'd be very interesting, I think, for our audience to hear more about your story.
Well, when I was kid, I wanted to become the guitar player of Iron Maiden, but Steve Harris didn't call me. So unfortunately, and God bless the Iron Maiden, by the way. And I started my career in logistics. I was one of the top 100 talent of Maersk Line. And after that, I joined a company that was below the umbrella of MSC, so another shipping line. Then I came to England recently, 4 years ago, and I realized that Brexit was an opportunity. And since my dissertation was in customs formalities at the university, I've studied in Italy and at the Oxford Brookes University in the UK. Then I decide, well, it's time. I'm not that I'm old. I'm 51 at that time, but it's time to create something for me, something on my own. And I create Customs, Brit Customs Limited. And today we are doing very well, and we are well positioned in the market. We are the only Italian customs broker in the UK, and this gives us the chance to have a very easy approach with all the Italian and Latin market, let's say, because Italian, Spain, and it's France are market that is much easier for someone that is come from that area. And we, as I said, we are moving several clearances from that area to UK.
Amazing. So you have obviously a great depth of experience, and the volume of customers that you have today is huge. You must get a lot of exposure to the fluctuating and variating trends in the market. What are you seeing as the key themes at the moment?
Well, um, the market is down in the UK. There is no discussion. I mean, it's not the market we knew, but it's I can be more specific in for the customs, which is on the contrary boomed, if you like, after Brexit. You have, according to ChatGPT, before Brexit, we were doing 50 million custom clearances in the UK. That's the data that I asked to ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT told me that after Brexit, 255 millions custom brokerage. Not sure about this number. For sure, I know that the truck that were coming from Dover were something about 5 to 6 million a year. So it can be realistic, more or less, the data. But in any case, before and after Brexit, there was an increase of needs of custom clearance that was for sure, immediately detected by the market. In my opinion, three things happened at the time. One, there was the need to adjust the infrastructure of the HMRC. Second, to find people for the border force. And third, the offer. So the most difficult part was the offer, and that's why the government gave the opportunity to everybody to do the custom clearance, to learn how to do it and to do it by you. Now, the situation, and that's the trend, the situation is that 80% of the custom clearance are not properly done. And this is a great opportunity for the government, because if they are going to do a revision or to do an inspection, they can potentially charge fines to recover the whole NHS. And in my opinion, and I'm quite confident that sooner or later, the government will ask to certify who does our job, because in all other countries in the world, who does our job has studied the custom law is a university, the owner usually, or the custom broker, the director is a university degree person, and is a licensed person. So you need to study custom law it's just like a lawyer. Instead, if you go to an accountant, the accountant does the fiscal declaration in general as is a university graduated person in the majority of the countries of the world. The same for the custom broker. So in my opinion, that's the trend. The trend is to improve the quality of the data, also because with the correct data, you can run a country. With the wrong data, you don't know what you have and what you don't have in the country. And in my opinion, this is the trend of the future in our niche business.
Very good point. Very good point. And more broadly, maybe with your customers who you serve, are you seeing macro pressures around things like managing or optimizing costs in their business because of the additional paperwork in that custom space, or having to improve efficiencies in those businesses? Are these things you're seeing, or is it mostly just around the customs piece?
Well, I have to say that the big organization, they are very keen to look into it, and they are very interested to realize how to simplify all the process and make sure that are more or less automatic, make sure they are compliant. Compliance is a big word for them. The small, medium business, honestly, they don't care. They try to spend the least as possible. And that's why a lot of custom brokers with no clue, with no license, with no understanding survives, because the price, low price, okay, do the custom clearance. They consider custom clearance just like, a boring activity that they have to do because of Brexit, while on the contrary, it's a customs declaration, like a fiscal declaration.
Yeah.
In my spot of Brit, I say when you need a doctor, what you do? You go to the doctor you trust. You don't go to any doctor. You go to the doctor you trust. And the custom broker, the lawyer, and the doctor is the same. You must have someone that you trust, because when the big giant will awake, meaning HMRC, and then when the governor will realize that is a lot of money they can do doing a customs inspection, maybe they will understand, how to do it. In Italy, I'm quite confident, because in Italy I know these kind of things, because in Italy, typical Italian government would immediately say, okay, okay, we made a mess so far, so if you want to cover the mess, let's agree that you pay £20,000 each, and that's we call a condono, something like the okay. We give you a chance to clean the pasta with £20,000. 20,000 pound multiplied, the number of the importer or custom broker, it's already a good, budget for the government. And this potentially can happen. I also wrote an article, and I sent this article about it. As I told you, I'm the director of Italian Chamber of Commerce in industry in the UK, and also ambassador of Genoa in the world. And I sent this to the director, to the president of the UK Chamber of Commerce. Say, you have a big opportunity to harvest money cleaning this situation. How? Ask to the custom broker to be certified. Very well. You have 2 years in order to be certified, in a way that the government knows that the people that does this job is certified, knows what to do. And secondly, if you want to clean the past, you need to pay this amount. Otherwise, we do the inspection. In this way, the government can make a lot of money.
That's a good point. It's a great point. I mean, and in that environment, what is your take on artificial intelligence from supporting that drive to assist both the importers and the exporters, but also the customs consultancies. Is it positive? Or is there a negative aspect that you see?
No, AI is absolutely a bless because give us the chance to reduce the mistakes, to read at the end of the day, a custom declaration is based on packing listed invoice.
Yeah.
So an AI that I immediately detect that the invoice is wrong, because the point is, and let me open this parenthesis. The main disease of the world, the global world, is that we don't have a single unique standard of invoicing. So we know that the invoice must contain several elements, but everyone does this voice as they like. So there is no, a mandatory word, mandatory field that says you can write whatever you want in your invoice, but these things, if you don't have it, is not an invoice. If you can do that, then everything will be easier because the AI can immediately read everything and put it in a frame, and also the custom brokerage will be much easier. Probably we won't need us anymore because everything will be in a blockchain. Probably. I'm an AI guy. My first movie when I was young was Star Wars, so I set my life on that age, on that era. So for me, I'm living in a Star Wars age. So whatever there is a new technology, even if I'm 55, I'm first in line. Sometimes I interview people that they don't know what is AGen, or they don't know what is. I'm using AI to do everything, improve my English when I write to someone that is important, and try to adjust the English to a different level. Everything from this, you can name it, notebook ML to review. I'm quite an AI person, and I'm pushing my system provider to include AI in what we are doing, and I'm the one that is driving the project in this moment. So I want, and I pretend that the system include this kind of let's say language.
Sure. I guess obviously you're leading the charge in that space within your own business, but are you seeing challenges, well, I guess, particularly in the SME space, adopting that kind of technology for some of your customers?
In my opinion, the more you are if you are as an SME, you must. It's probably it's more mandatory for SME AI rather than the big organization. Because big organization might have resources, staff to do the job. In as SME, you don't have it, so you need the technology to help you. And in my opinion, it's more. AI, it's more, not more, but potentially can be, in the high priority of the agenda of SME rather than a big organization. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but that's the feeling. At least in mine, we are SME at the moment, but for us, whatever I can do, I don't have any more paper in the office. Everything is in cloud. Everything is in with the cyber, of course, protection, but everything is out, aligned, automatic. And when I see that we are losing time in doing something that is manual, and try to understand if you can do it automatically.
It's a great point. You seem obviously to be leading the charge and making everything digital in your own business, but in an industry that is renowned for being very paper-based, very manual, is it a long-term ambition, do you think, to leverage automation for some of, say, your customers, or do you think that you're seeing an exponential adoption of this technology?
It's difficult to say because I know where we come from, and I'm a kind of guy that use to watch the TV in black and white, and today I'm using the AI. So I've seen all the. I'm the lucky guy that's seen all the improvement of the advance of the technology. Let's say the improvement of the technology,
Yeah, yeah.
and I can see that also our industry, logistic industry, is very archaic. I mean, it's very old, and unfortunately, is managed by old people, and still older than me. Most of them, especially, I'm talking about Italy. I see also. I had the pleasure to have some meeting with my colleagues in UK, and I didn't see a lot of young faces. So we are old now. The point is, in an old industry with old people, are they willing to change? Or they are interested to change? That's the main challenge. I can see that in contract logistics, when we are talking about warehouse, it's a mandatory and it's a need that you cannot do. You can afford not to look at it into it because it's otherwise you die.
Sure.
In the freight forwarding, which was my previous experience, and the custom brokerage, I see some colleagues that are I say at the same level as me, and actually some of them I learn from them, but the majority are old school. This will change. It's a question. I know. I don't know. I mean, if you don't change the people, you don't change the rest. For me, I'm happy that they will stay where they are, so I can grow more and to market. It's a plus. I see anyway there is a change, but the velocity and the speed, I don't know if it's the same of the technology.
Got it. Got it. That's a great point and really good observations. Well, for Brit Customs and your journey to date, what have been the standout milestones and particularly any challenges you've encountered, and how have you overcome those?
The main challenge is to find the right people and train the right people. Because first of all, it's a job that is quite peculiar because it requires a lot of attention to details, require interest in custom clearance, which is on average very boring for people. It's just like an accountant that likes to do the accountant or do the ledger, more or less the same. It's difficult that someone likes this kind of job. And so it's very difficult to find the people. What we need is to find the right people, train the right people, and diversify sometimes to maybe if you cannot find the right people in UK, you maybe consider to find someone else elsewhere in the world and train them and thanks to the technology, make sure that they are working with you. Of course, the team that you find in the outer world of UK speaks perfect English and potentially, in my case, Italian.
Sure, sure. And that's really helpful and really useful. So that's looking back. Looking forward, what are going to be the key plans for Brit Customs over, say, the next 12 to 18 months from a growth perspective? What are you guys targeting?
We are close to sign deals with four huge international companies, and we also we are launching through the AI. With the help of AI, we are launching two campaigns on the social, one for Brit and one, if you allow me, for my book that is called Se accade successo, and then also the English version is Made to Win, that explain why I did not become, how can I say in English? Why I wasn't entrepreneur earlier. So why I opened three companies in the last 3 years and nothing happened before that. So what was the trigger that changed my life from employee to entrepreneur, and what were the mistakes I made? All the mistakes I made in order not to do it first earlier.
Fascinating.
This will be a campaign to launch my book Made to Win in UK, and the Italian version is Se accade successo.
Amazing. Well, we'll have to make
Made
sure.
to Win, Made to Win is written. Can I show you?
Yeah, sure, sure.
This is a this is a book. You are the first one because it's not yet launched. This is the Italian version. This is the heart, but also the up and down of life. This is a peace of mind. And Made to Win, as you can see, you can read Mad to Win or Made to Win. And these are the leadership and management maps for dreamers.
Brilliant.
It's
Love it.
about my story, and it's about the why did it happen before, what
Awesome.
went wrong. And I think it's good. It's a good book because you can read as a novel, and because there are all moments of my life. You can read as a business book, and you can read, and you can use also to put somewhere in order if you need some.
I'm sure people will read it. But listen, that's great. And I'm sure everybody will be very interested in that
I will send to you,
story.
Adrian.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Well, listen, it's been a great discussion. For those out there really interested in learning more about Brit Customs, obviously you've got the book. We'll make sure that people get the link to that. But if they're interested in learning more about Brit Customs, the services you provide, Giorgio, where can they go?
Sorry?
If the people watching the podcast and listening are interested in finding out more about Brit Customs and the services you provide, where can they go? Which websites, which socials?
We have of course, we have the website. We have that is Brit Customs, and in general, they can write to me and they can find me LinkedIn. In general, we have a LinkedIn twice two posts a week. In a way that we can advise everybody about what's happening in the customs industries. And these are for everybody, also for competitors I know that are reading my post. And then also my page. Everybody's welcome to my LinkedIn page. I have more than 10,000 followers friends. I don't have followers, I have friends. And I share some leadership thinking and also customs tips or news, like the new disease that happened to the animals. I knew immediately, and I share information to everybody in a way that everybody can be informed and act accordingly.
Amazing, amazing. So listen, thank you, Giorgio. We'll make sure that those links are in the description of the podcast. So anybody who's interested in finding out more about Brit Customs can click on those and connect directly with Brit Customs. So listen, Giorgio, really fascinating conversation. I thank you for your insights and your time. And I thank you to everybody for joining today. We will see you in the next episode of the AI Ripple Effect podcast. Thank you, Giorgio. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. That's a wrap. That's very good.
You're good? Thanks.